There is AI running in your company right now that nobody approved. Somebody in operations wired a model into the shared inbox back in March. Marketing has a writing tool with a login to the customer database. There is a key sitting in a shared document under the name of a person who left in January. None of that is on any list. All of it is switched on. This is The Pulse. Cybersecurity signal in 5 minutes. I'm Jane. Last week, this show closed on a promise. Next week, what this work actually looks like. So here it is. The argument behind it is simple. In most companies, there is always a meeting where an AI bet gets started. A project, a pilot, a vendor somebody wants to try. And there is never a meeting where one gets ended. So they do not die. One thing landed this weekend that belongs here. OpenAI shut its Atlas browser down on August 9th, the exact date it named a month earlier. Here is what Michael sees from inside one of those rooms. It is smaller than people expect. The founder, whoever owns the money, and the 2 or 3 people who actually know what is wired to what. It is not a workshop with sticky notes on a wall. It is the AI bets genuinely in play and questions until the wiring is on the table. One thing has to be true of that room, or none of it works. Somebody in it has to be able to say no and have it stick. If the meeting can produce a recommendation, but not a decision, it is a strategy session. And you have sat through plenty of those. The founder is in the room because the founder is usually the only person who can end something for good. The first stretch is rarely analysis. It is inventory. And it usually goes badly. What surfaces is everything I opened this episode with. The inbox, the writing tool, the key with a former employee's name on it. None of it was on the list the founder handed over at the start. Every one of them is running. The founder goes quiet for that part. There is no gotcha in it. It is the actual state of the company. And nobody has ever put it in one place before. Partway through is the uncomfortable part. 2 people who have been polite about this for 6 months stop being polite in front of the person who signs the checks. That is the meeting working. It is the first honest version of a conversation the company has been having sideways all year. What comes out at the end is shorter than what went in. Some of the bets turn out to be the same bet with 2 owners. Some of them end in the room. Nobody leaves holding a maturity model. And there is no score, because a score gives everyone something to argue with instead of the decision. The following month is where you would actually notice it. The 3 people who kept relitigating the same idea stop bringing it back. The vendor who has been circling since spring gets a real answer, and that answer is allowed to be a no. The thing somebody built on their own time either becomes real work with a slot on the calendar, or that person gets told directly that it is over. Meetings get shorter. That sounds like a small thing, and it is not. Nobody warns you about what it costs to be the one who pulls the plug. Whoever does it has to look at a colleague who put real hours into it and say the hours are finished. That bill lands on somebody's relationships, and it lands every single time. That is most of why this meeting never happens on its own. Someone from outside can absorb that cost. Someone on your payroll pays it twice, once when they make the call, and again at every meeting after it. The sorting itself does not get handed over. That call is the whole job, and it is specific to how your company is wired. This is the work Michael is building right now. There is nothing to buy. If you are sitting on an AI decision, nobody in your company will decide. That is the one he wants to hear about. So, one question this week. Who in your company could end an AI project this week and still be able to work with everyone on Monday? Who could actually do it and pay nothing for it? And if that person is only ever you, what is happening to everything you never hear about? The full edition is at signal.echocyber.io. I'm Jane. More signal, less noise.